Question 1. An SP technician is processing a batch of returned intravenous, 4, pumps. They clean and disinfect the exterior, but one pump requires its internal fluid delivery rate to be calibrated and its electrical leakage to be tested. Which specific department must perform this technical assessment? A. Sterile Processing, SP, Department. B. Facilities Maintenance Department. C. Infection Prevention and Control, IPC, Department. D. Biomedical/Clinical Engineering Department. Correct answer D. Knowledge point explanation. Core rationale. Biomedical/clinical engineering technicians possess the specialized training and testing instruments required to perform deep technical assessments, such as flow rate calibration and electrical safety verification on patient care equipment. Trap analysis. A is incorrect because the SP department only performs exterior cleaning, basic visual inspection, and dispensing, not internal calibration. B is incorrect because facilities maintenance handles building infrastructure, not specialized medical electronics. C is incorrect because the IPC department establishes hygiene protocols, but does not perform hands-on mechanical repairs. Concept extension. Preventive maintenance, PM, is routinely performed by biomedical engineering to ensure equipment remains in safe operating condition before failures occur. Question 2. A healthcare facility schedules a routine service every 6 months for its fleet of sequential compression devices, SCDs. During this service, technicians lubricate internal parts, replace worn components, and test the motor proactively before any clinical breakdown occurs. What is the correct professional term for this type of service? A. Reactive restoration. B. Preventive maintenance, PM. C. Quality assurance, QA, testing. D. Out-of-service triaging. Correct answer B. Knowledge point explanation. Core rationale. Preventive maintenance, PM, is a planned, proactive service designed to identify and correct potential equipment problems before they occur, thereby maintaining the device's proper operating condition and extending its lifespan. Trap analysis. A is incorrect because reactive restoration implies fixing a machine only after it has already broken down during use. C is incorrect because while QA involves checking overall process outcomes, it is not the specific mechanical service performed on hardware. D is incorrect because out-of-service triaging is the act of routing broken equipment for repair, not the routine maintenance of functioning equipment. Concept extension. The Joint Commission, TJC, requires all healthcare facilities to establish and strictly adhere to PM schedules for patient care equipment. Question 3. After a patient care equipment, PCE, unit has been thoroughly cleaned, low-level disinfected, visually inspected for integrity, and functionally verified by the sterile processing staff, it is placed in the clean equipment storage area. What is the precise condition status of this equipment? A. Ready to dispense. B. Ready to sterilize. C. Sent for repair. D. Tagged for maintenance. Correct answer A. Knowledge point explanation. Core rationale. When patient care equipment has completed the full reprocessing cycle in the SP department and is safe and functional for the next patient, it is classified as ready to dispense and stored securely until requested by a clinical unit. Trap analysis. B is incorrect because most PCE only contacts intact skin, non-critical, and requires disinfection, not sterilization. C is incorrect because the equipment has passed inspection and is fully functional, meaning it does not need repairs. D is incorrect because tagging is reserved for broken or malfunctioning equipment that needs to be removed from circulation. Concept extension. Equipment in the ready-to-dispense state must be stored in a clean, designated area separated from soiled processing spaces to prevent cross-contamination. Question 4. While inspecting a hyper/hypothermia unit in the decontamination area, a sterile processing technician notices the 120-volt electrical cord is severely frayed, exposing internal wires. After safely cleaning and disinfecting the external surfaces to remove biological hazards, what immediate action must the technician take before routing it to biomedical engineering? A. Wrap electrical tape around the frayed section. B. Discard the unit in the biohazard waste bin. C. Ensure the equipment is clearly tagged. D. Submerge the cord in an enzymatic solution. Correct answer C. Knowledge point explanation. Core rationale: any non-functioning or damaged equipment found during inspection must be immediately tagged, often with a red out-of-service label, detailing the specific defect before it is routed to the biomedical department for technical repairs. Trap analysis: A is incorrect because SP technicians are not authorized to perform electrical repairs or modifications. Doing so violates safety codes. B is incorrect because capital equipment is not thrown away for a damaged cord, it is routed for professional repair. D is incorrect because submerging electrical components causes severe fluid invasion and catastrophic internal damage. Concept extension: tagging prevents damaged equipment from accidentally being returned to the clean storage area and subsequently harming a patient or staff member. Question 5. To prevent asset misplacement and facilitate rapid retrieval during emergencies, many modern hospitals implement a real-time location system. Which specific technology relies on an attached microchip that actively transmits electronic signals to a centralized facility locator network? A. Radio frequency identification, RFID. B. Universal product code, UPC, scanning. C. Manual whiteboard logging. D. Alphanumeric laser etching. Correct answer A. Knowledge point explanation. Core rationale: radio frequency identification, RFID, is an advanced tracking technology that utilizes a computer chip, tag, attached to patient care equipment to continuously emit signals, allowing staff to pinpoint the exact location of the device within the hospital. Trap analysis: B is incorrect because UPC scanning requires a line-of-sight physical scan by a user, whereas RFID transmits location data wirelessly over a distance. C is incorrect because manual logging relies on human data entry, which is prone to error and does not provide real-time automated tracking. D is incorrect because laser etching is a method of permanent identification marking, not an active signal transmitting tracking system. Concept extension: effective tracking systems like RFID are crucial not only for daily inventory management but also for rapidly locating devices during manufacturer safety recalls. Question 6. A sterile processing, SP, technician receives a covered cart of soiled reusable instruments from a hospital department where invasive and minimally invasive treatments, such as lumbar punctures and chest tube insertions, are routinely performed outside of the main surgical suite. What is the comprehensive facility term for these specific clinical locations? A. Post-anesthesia care units. B. Outpatient observation wards. C. Procedure areas. D. Perioperative holding zones. Correct answer C. Knowledge point explanation. Core rationale: in healthcare terminology, procedure areas refers collectively to specialized clinical spaces outside the operating room where invasive or minimally invasive procedures occur, e.g., emergency department, cardiac catheterization lab, labor and delivery. SP departments must routinely support these areas with sterile trays and equipment. Trap analysis: A is incorrect because post-anesthesia care units are recovery rooms where patients wake up from surgery, not where primary invasive procedures are performed. B is incorrect because observation wards are for patient monitoring, not for acute invasive treatments requiring surgical trays. D is incorrect because holding zones are preoperative waiting areas, not active treatment rooms. Concept extension: instruments used in procedure areas are subject to the same strict point-of-use preparation rules, e.g., removing gross soil and applying enzymatic foam, as those used in the main operating room to prevent biofilm formation. Question 7. Under certain strategic procurement agreements, a medical device manufacturer may provide an expensive piece of capital equipment to a healthcare facility at no initial cost. Which operational commitment from the facility typically justifies this specific financial arrangement? A. The facility guarantees a minimum daily patient volume for the specific clinical department using the device. B. The facility agrees to purchase the required single-use disposable components exclusively from that manufacturer. C. The facility commits to outsourcing its sterile processing, SP, management directly to the manufacturer's corporate representatives. D. The facility assumes full legal liability for all internal electrical repairs of the loaned unit moving forward. Correct answer B. Knowledge point explanation. Core rationale. A common acquisition method is the manufacturer's loan, where a company provides the main hardware for free, provided the facility contractually agrees to continually purchase the proprietary disposable components, like specific tubing or pads, needed to operate it, creating a steady revenue stream. Trap analysis. A is incorrect because manufacturers care about supply sales, not the hospital's patient census directly. C is incorrect because equipment loans are completely separate from the administrative outsourcing of entire SP departments. D is incorrect because in most loan agreements, the manufacturer retains ownership and handles complex technical repairs, not the facility. Concept extension. Even though the facility does not own the loaned equipment, SP technicians must still rigorously track it and process it according to the manufacturer's instructions for use, IFU, to ensure patient safety and avoid financial penalties for loss. Question 8. A healthcare facility anticipates a severe winter flu season and expects a sudden, temporary surge in the need for intravenous, 4, infusion pumps for approximately 3 months. Which equipment acquisition strategy is most appropriate and cost-effective for this short-term operational demand? A. Purchasing the required units outright as permanent capital assets. B. Executing a 3 to 5 year long-term equipment lease agreement. C. Initiating a short-term equipment rental contract. D. Requisitioning obsolete pumps from the facility's designated salvage yard. Correct answer C. Knowledge point explanation. Core rationale. Equipment rental is explicitly designed for short-term, temporary needs to cover sudden patient volume surges or emergencies. It allows the facility to pay a short-term fee without committing to long-term ownership or multi-year contracts. Trap analysis. A is incorrect because purchasing is highly expensive and leaves the facility with surplus and used inventory once the 3-month flu season ends. B is incorrect because a lease is a long-term financial commitment, typically years, which is unsuitable for a brief temporary surge. D is incorrect because using obsolete or salvaged equipment violates clinical safety standards and puts patients at risk. Concept extension. Rental equipment must be thoroughly cleaned, disinfected, and inspected by the SP department twice, once upon entry into the facility before patient use, and once again before being shipped back to the vendor. Question 9. An intravenous, 4, infusion pump falls off a transport cart, cracking its outer plastic casing and causing it to emit an internal error code. Both a sterile processing, SP, technician and a biomedical engineering technician evaluate the damage. Who is professionally qualified to open the device to diagnose and repair the internal electronic malfunction, and why? A. Only the SP technician is qualified, provided the physical damage occurred during the standard decontamination cycle. B. Both technicians are equally qualified, as long as the device is completely unplugged from its 120-volt power source first. C. Either technician is qualified. The device must always be legally shipped back to the original manufacturer for any external casing replacements. D. Only the biomedical engineering technician is qualified, as their scope covers internal technical repairs while SP handles hygiene and basic inspection. Correct answer D. Knowledge point explanation. Core rationale. There is a strict division of labor regarding equipment. Biomedical, clinical, engineering technicians are the only facility personnel trained and authorized to perform internal electronic repairs, calibrations, and component replacements. SP technicians are strictly limited to surface cleaning, disinfection, and basic functional/visual inspections. Trap analysis. A is incorrect because SP technicians never perform internal repairs, regardless of when or where the damage occurred. B is incorrect because unplugging a device does not grant an SP technician the technical qualification or authorization to fix electronics. C is incorrect because biomedical engineering is fully capable and authorized to perform most hardware repairs and casing replacements in-house without shipping it away. Concept extension. When an SP technician discovers a broken device, their correct immediate action is to clean it, if soiled, attach an out-of-service tag detailing the specific problem, and route it directly to biomedical engineering. Question 10. When a newly purchased piece of capital medical equipment, such as a patient-controlled analgesia pump, first arrives at a healthcare facility, which specific department must receive it first to perform initial electrical safety checks and asset logging before it is cleared for patient use? A. The Sterile Processing, SP, Department. B. The Biomedical/Clinical Engineering Department. C. The Infection Prevention and Control, IPC, Department. D. The Central Supply Chain Management Warehouse. Correct answer B. Knowledge point explanation. Core rationale. All new patient care equipment entering a facility must first pass through the Biomedical/Clinical Engineering Department. They conduct the critical initial electrical safety tests, verify technical specifications against the manufacturer's manual, and enter the item into the hospital's tracking and preventive maintenance database before it is sent to SP for initial cleaning. Trap analysis. A is incorrect because although SP will eventually clean the device, the SP department cannot perform the mandatory technical and electrical safety clearances required upon a device's arrival. C is incorrect because the IPC department creates infection control policies. They do not physically test incoming hardware. D is incorrect because while supply chain may handle the financial paperwork, they do not perform clinical safety testing on medical devices. Concept extension. This initial biomedical check ensures that any manufacturing defects or shipping damage affecting the electrical integrity of the device are caught before a patient is ever exposed to it.